In this video, I'll be making a 16-drawer parts organizer from one 2x6. I started by cutting off two 12-inch sections and then two 11.5-inch sections from the 2x6. I cut an 1/8 inch off each side of every piece to take off the round over, and then resawed each piece to get a 1/2 inch board and two 1/4 inch thick boards from each section, and you'll end up with a total of 8 1/4 inch boards and 4 1/2 inch boards. I set those pieces aside and worked on cutting out the rest of my pieces. So with the remaining 4-ish feet, I once again cut the round over off one side and then ripped the board into two 2.5 inch wide sections, which I then resawed into 8 1/4 inch boards. These 8 boards are to make the drawers, so I needed to cut a lot of small pieces, so I set up stop blocks to cut 32 5-inch pieces, 32 2.5 inch pieces, and 16 4 and 3/4 inch pieces. I also needed to cut one 11.5 inch section, which I'll explain in a minute. Okay, these are my pieces, and hopefully this will start to make sense now. 6 of those 1/4 inch boards are going to be my drawer dividers, and then 2 of them, along with the thinner board I just cut, are going to be the back of the cabinet, and then those 1/2 inch boards are going to be the main walls, and then there's all the tiny drawer pieces I just cut out. Now I have to cut all the joints for the drawer organizer, so on the longer 12-inch walls I cut a rabbet on both ends, and then on all 4 pieces I cut 3 dados evenly spaced to hold the drawer dividers, along with a rabbet along one of the long sides of each piece to accept the back panel. And then for the dividers, all I needed to do was cut these half-lap things to keep them together. I trimmed the back panel pieces to fit off camera, which is why you'll notice they're all different sizes. While that dried, I worked on the drawers, and I jointed those together using finger joints. I've never done finger joints before, but it only took like 5 minutes to put together the jig, and they're actually pretty easy to make. Before I put in the bottom, I used a Forstner bit to cut half a hole as a sort of a handle in each box. I changed the bearing on a flush trim bit to make an 1/8 inch rabbet bit, and used that to cut the rabbet on the bottom of each box. You could just round over the bottom of each box. That would probably be easier, but I chose to chisel out each box square, and then I could cut the bottom to size and glue it in. I sanded all the drawers one last time with 220 grit, and then finished everything with protective oil.